evidence I see of poverty every day is the same people coming in here for food every day.
Like right now, I'm working 40 hours a week and I can't save the money to put tires on my vehicle.
The community table was started in 1999 to provide nutritionally balanced meals for those that need it.
My name is Juanita Butte. Me and my fiance had moved from Oregon because of stress that he had from my home state.
My name's Rick Kiefer. I'm just average, everyday Joe. People have a misconception about poverty. They think that people choose it or they've made bad decisions or whatever. Mine was just strictly an injury. I was doing construction work and then freak accident. I dropped a stage on my head, fractured my skull, my nose. I still got pieces of bone sticking out here and there, fractured my collarbone, my ribs. Massive head trauma, obviously.
I lost my son at 16 months old, and the heartache from it is just too much.
As a result of that injury, I had to change locations. I came back home. I'm originally from the mountains here in North Carolina. Home is always a good place to be.
My name is Gary Wood. I've been here at the community table for about 16 months. Married, got 2 kids, 3 grandkids. This is home. Got into cooking because I needed a job that was inside that I wouldn't get rained out at, you know. I started when I was about 16, and I grew up in my grandmother's kitchen, so I knew a lot about what to do to begin with, but I've been at this since I was about 16. Everybody's good at something, I guess, and this is just what I do.
He's been teaching me stuff from in the kitchen when I come in and help in the mornings when I can. He shows me stuff about cooking to better myself in the kitchen.
Community Table was started in 1999 to provide nutritionally balanced meals for those that need it. And when I found out they needed a kitchen manager, I came down here and applied and wound up here. I'm not a preacher, but I'm fairly faithful. And I believe God will put you where He needs you, whether you want to be there or not. And I think He plugged me up here for a reason. And don't ever want to work anywhere else. This is where I hope to be for the rest of my working days.
We just looked up the closest food bank, and Community Table was the first one that popped up.
We looked up online, found the community table, came over here, and immediately were made welcome.
We came in here and everybody was so nice and helped us, answered all our questions about how to get help with trying to get food stamps and everything like that.
About 2 years ago, my wife and I came down here and ate. And I didn't have any money to leave in the donations box, but I had a day off a week I could give, and I came in and cooked on my day off for them. And I liked it a lot. I felt better about the day that I gave away than the 6 I was getting paid for.
You come in and somebody serves you your food, they bust your table, they make sure you have something to drink, and that's what really appealed to me. That's the reason why we came back here and started working.
We've been termed a soup kitchen, and we're really not. We will serve soup if that's all we have, but I've been here 16 months and I haven't had to yet.
A lot of soup kitchens are just that. You get in line, you get a tray, you get your food, you go sit down, and you're responsible for serving yourself and putting away your dishes. Here, you get to keep your dignity.
We have a really open door policy. I mean, anybody can come and eat with us. We do really good home-cooked meals. I wouldn't mind seeing that nationwide. I mean, it's a need everywhere.
He's actually serving food to people who wouldn't have it otherwise. That's very unique.
This is the best job I've ever had, bar none. And well, Monday we fed 198 people. And any day that you can go home and say, I fed that many people and it didn't cost them a dime, you sleep well. I mean, it's a blessing.
A lot of the folks that we have here have 2 jobs and still can't pay their bills because they're working 20, 25 hours on both jobs, no benefits. Anything that goes wrong, they don't have the money to cover it. I'm working 40 hours a week in overtime, and I can't save the money with rent and other expenses. I can't save the money to put tires on my vehicle. And I'm not the only one.
Poverty for us, we're still a little bit into it, but it's slowly but surely getting better, and we told ourselves if we can't help with donations, why not help with volunteering and pay back for what they have done for us. Even though we volunteer, he makes sure that we have food to take home with us even afterwards. We're still having to every once in a while get a food box from here.
As a cook, it makes me mad to think of anybody being hungry in today's world. That's a problem we shouldn't have. I mean, anywhere in the world.
Gary is a very unique individual. I don't know how many times he's said that he's worked in different kitchens, but this one here is the most satisfying that he's been in because he gets to cook the food and he doesn't have to charge people to eat it.
So he's actually working now on trying to help us find a crock pot and a convection oven, because where we're staying is just a hotel room, so it's just the normal things that are in that.
Gary makes people feel welcome. He'll joke with them.
You're smiling.
But he also knows that a lot of folks that work here are not well off. Like right now, we're not established, and it may take a while. But he makes sure that we have food at home too. And he thinks about those kind of things. That kind of consideration is rare.
I'm blessed in the fact that I get to take care of 150 people plus a day. That's a ministry to itself, if you think about it. Okay, a day in my life. I get up about 3:30 in the morning. I get here around 8:30. Takes about 40 minutes to get everything pulled out and set up to cook. Wait on my volunteers to get here and put them where I need them, and we cook. About halfway through the day, we get a Walmart delivery in. We have to stop and put it away. See a lot of folks coming through, you know, getting food, and answer the phone probably 300 times a day, answering what's for supper. Stay pretty busy. It's not near as hard as some jobs I've had, but it keeps you hopping. I go through about 140 pounds of meat per meal, about anywhere from 7 to 12 gallons of vegetables, depending on what kind. Not a lot of excitement involved in this. My favorite thing about the community table is the volunteers I get to be with and meet every day. I've met folks from all over the world. Had the Prince of Monaco doing dishes for me one evening. I meet people from everywhere. I mean, I meet, you know, some of the volunteers I grew up with. I see local folks. The people that are here every day, you know, is probably my favorite part of it. It's all going to separate. Our regular volunteers number about 30 right now. Those are the ones that keep coming back regular.
Wherever you're needed is kind of how it goes.
We've got trucks every other Tuesday that have to be unloaded. We've got food that needs to be put on shelves. We've got dishes that need to be done. We've got prep, as in cutting up vegetables and prepping the meats to go into the dishes that we serve. There is always something to do here.
I think the reason that we're suffering a little more here, Silva at one time was a textile town, and all those plants are closed down. Here, if you don't work for the college or the state, or highway department, or the hospital, you're in some kind of service work, restaurant or whatever it may be. There's not a lot here as far as jobs.
A lot of people worked in the textile industry, the garden industry here in the state that's closed up. So not having more education, not having outside work experience, some of them just haven't had work in 10 or 12 years, and that's a shame.
We have a sister organization called Jackson Neighbors in Need. They provide shelter for homeless families who have no homes. People that are passing through that have nowhere to be, they'll put them up in a motel for a night or two if they can. We get everything that Walmart pulls every day. That ranges from day-old breads and desserts, which we give away, to frozen meats, canned goods, produce that I get to pick from and make meals on. We also order from Manna Food Bank twice a month. Harrah's Casino in Cherokee is another great supporter. They actually address any and all of our maintenance issues on our building. We do a fundraiser every month, Blue Plate Special. They're actually catering 5 of those this season. Folks can come and get, higher end food for anywhere from $5 to $10 a plate as opposed to $40 or $50 a plate. And all the proceeds go to us. Some other organizations in town are United Christian Ministries. Hospital Auxiliary does some good, Pathways. Habitat for Humanities does a lot of good here.
Western North Carolina doesn't have a lot of places like this. But when I needed the food and I needed the help, this place was open.
I think it's a great thing to teach people to give before they get. As a cook, I get great joy out of coming in here and doing something I like to do. I truly enjoy doing what I do and be able to give this food to people. A lot of people just aren't educated with it. I mean, they know that the homeless are there, but they don't want to see them. They know that people, school kids are going hungry, but they don't see that every day. And if they don't see it, if it's not right up in their face, they don't tend to pay it a lot of attention. We have folks here that really pitch in and help out. We have tremendous community support here. But I also see people that if they've never needed something like this, they don't know about something like this.
I mean, you look at Franklin, you look at Cherokee, you look at Bryson City, Silva, anywhere in this region. I would hazard a guess, based on national statistics, that most of the people in this area that actually work 40 hours a week are working right at the poverty line.
Anything, I think awareness is the biggest thing we can do. Spread the word, teach people that there is a need out there, and it's not just here in Silva, it's everywhere. The one thing that I would ask people to do in other places is to take a look at what we have and have more of them.